All right, cut.
No, we can't cut. This is all in. This is all in. You weren't ready, weren't you? You weren't ready.
You gotta cut. You gotta cut it.
We can't.
Cut
We
it.
got to start from here. We're doing this.
No, we're not doing this.
Every time. This happens every time we want to start an episode. You choke in the entrance.
No, no, no.
Just say your name.
Cut.
Say your name. Say your name. I'm Ezekiel, and this is DJ. This is World Crafting.
It's too much. You gotta cut it.
No, this is it. This is the recording.
And today we're talking about what would happen if the most competent man in the world, who was previously seen in our not scary movie episodes, what would happen if he got abducted by aliens?
Mm-hmm. I'm actually really excited for this episode. I'm really excited.
Much like horror movies, alien movies are not my thing, so you're going to have to.
All right, so we have the most competent man in the world. Every horror villain ever,
And he loves his bear traps.
and he loves his bear traps. You got to remember the bear traps.
You gotta remember the bear traps.
He in every horror movie, he basically he never goes off by himself. He always knows that behind the next dark corner, there's going to be the monster. And so what he does is he just pre-aims and he shoots. But we're going to go with aliens now. And aliens are fun. And I'm super excited, like I said. So you have the most competent man in the world. Or he might be the most, what is it called? So basically he's walking down like the street. He's in the woods. He's camping. And through the trees, you see green lights shining down through the leaves, flickering on the ground as an alien saucer flies overhead. And basically, like the center of the saucer opens up. You've seen the movie where it sucks up people, for testing and probing. Well, he's one of those people.
Then he just gets zoink.
They call it the encounter of the fourth kind, I believe. I believe a counter on the first kind is where you see an alien. A counter of the second kind is where you can see. Sorry, a counter of the first kind. I'm probably going to get absolutely tore up in the comment section for this. But they all have like ones where you see a spaceship, ones where like you see an alien, and then or maybe counter of the third kind. The third kind is where like you abducted by like the counter of the third kind or the fourth kind is where you get abducted by the aliens. So he gets abducted, gets sucked up into the flying saucer. And what kind of aliens do we see? Well, we got to describe the aliens that get him. They like gooey aliens. What we got?
I mean, there are all sorts of different kinds of aliens. Have you ever seen Star Wars or Star Trek?
Yeah, which aliens? Is it the Wookiees? Did they abduct them?
Aliens. Let's do scary aliens. Let's do what kind of aliens are? Let's do Predator and Alien.
Predator and Alien. Perfect.
Yeah, different times, but
Different time. I think they're in the same universe. So yeah, he gets sucked up into the flying saucer, and he's immediately just like caught there, right? Then what happens?
well, I guess what about this instead?
Okay.
Before he gets abducted, they send Predator after him
Okay.
to kill him because they want to launch an invasion on Earth. Somebody does, but they can't because they know he's there and they know he has some sort of galactic bear trap that's gonna crunch them if they try to invade Earth.
I'm imagining these aliens show up to Earth. They like scan Earth for the most dangerous object. Like it goes through here and it's like it goes through like nuclear bombs is number 2, and then the most competent man in the world is number 1. So like we must destroy him, and they send their best hunter after him.
Yes. Which is the Predator.
Which is the Predator.
Yes. And then instead of a hour and 40-minute movie, you get about 5 minutes where the most confident man in the world just leads the predator to show us field of bear traps.
Just absolutely makes it's like the worst thing ever.
And he's just like running through the woods and the predator is running behind him and he just keeps getting bear traps clamped to him. And then he's just like crawling out of the woods and the guy's there and he's like, "Oh, you're trying to get near something." And then a giant bear trap just goes and cuts him right in half.
I get this sense that the most competent man in the world is like camping with his children. And the most
You don't
competent
mess with the man's children.
You don't mess with the man's children. Of course, they brought their telescope. So he's looking through it and he noticed that there's a very peculiar object in space. And it is an unidentified object. It's a UFO. So he already knows there's something up. So he starts planning. And so you go through like this montage of him just like scoping out everything, setting bear traps and stuff. And then the next scene is of Predator just like creeping through the woods and he's like invisible. And then the three lights like light up on the most competent man's body. And they fire and like he explodes. Right?
Because it wasn't like him.
Guess what? Decoy, entire time. He had put a heating pack inside the entire, like a bunch of like hand warmers, like ton of them. He just like packed them in there, make him look like a real person. Good heat signature. But
Yeah.
he's already covered in mud. Like he's already there. He's been waiting. So he sneaks up behind the predator.
It would be cool though if, I don't know why, I just like imagining this visually. The predator's just walking through the woods invisible. And he like walks past the tree, but the camera stays on the tree. You just see two little eyeballs open house and watch the predator walk by.
Dude, for the entire 5 minutes of this predator sequence, there's just him like behind the just like you said, the tree's eyes open up, and then you see this figure kind of rip himself off of the tree and then start sneaking up behind the predator. And then the predator like turns around, and there's nothing there. Then the predator takes one step back. You hear a click, shink, and then on the predator's leg, bear trap.
Got him. But basically, his motivation for this, the most competent man, is instead of his children dying and he's seeking revenge, he prevents his children from dying, and then he just has to keep preventing.
He just prevents.
He just keeps
He's being proactive.
Preventing.
He's proactive. Like him.
He is.
He's just like, I am not gonna avenge my family. I'm gonna just make it where I don't have to avenge my family. So
yeah, I'm just gonna keep them alive.
I have a question for you, and
it's part of his competence.
And I kind of already suspect the answer, because I kind of want there to be a sequence of the predator looks up, his leg has just been caught in a bear trap, and he looks up, and the guy is right there. And so he pulls out his gun and he shoots it, but it was a full size mirror, and the mirror cracks. But does infrared or heat signature bounce off mirrors? I don't think it does, right?
I don't think so. No, because mirrors work with light, and
that's what I was thinking.
Infrared does not work with light.
All right, okay. This is the most competent man in the world, right? The predator looks up at the mirror. He is glowing with a heat signature. But the most competent man in the world has perfectly gauged the distance to get for scale, and then made a tiny him-shaped person out of little hand warmers, and had taped it to the back of the mirror in the perfect size. Like, it's not a full size because you got to get scale, right? Because he's standing away from the mirror. And so he's perfectly scaled it to him, and he's standing in the exact correct spot. And so the predator looks up, sees the heat signature, where he sees him at, and he shoots, and the mirror breaks. And then the predator sees that, and he turns around again, gone. He's gone. Cannot be found.
And then a second bear trap
Second
lands on the same
They
leg.
like the same leg.
It's just a slightly bigger bear trap, so it goes further up his.
I want it. I want it.
Up his leg.
Dude, I want it where like he gets the first one off, like he reaches down, like tears it off, and then he takes one step, same leg, second bear trap, right in front of it. Boom, again.
It's gone.
I mean,
so funny.
To keep with it, new mirror, same sequence. Predator shoots at it, mirror cracks, perfectly gauged. Predator turns around, guy gone. Just main character cannot be found.
And his predator is he's one step behind every step.
And I kind of want it to be like one long camera sequence, and as like the camera repans around, like again you see him just like standing as the camera pans, like in this like middle, just like completely mudded up, like no heat signature whatsoever. Sequence, and then
Yeah.
I almost want the predator to give up and try to get back on his spaceship, but the main character goes with him.
Starts hunting him.
And the main character,
that's how he gets onto the ship.
The predator
doesn't
like
get abducted.
Get to the
He steals the predator.
Can you do a get to the saucer? Get to the saucer. What is the? I can't do it. An accent. Get to the saucer. No, but it's a. Oh, that was pretty good. I like that. But it's like the saucer. It's a saucer, a flying saucer. Get to the sauce. Get to the saucer. I cannot do that accent to save my life.
Okay.
So yeah, everything you just said.
So then he follows him back to the spaceship, and then he beheads him and steals his armor, and then flies the spaceship back to the mothership.
Oh my goodness!
After he loads up a whole bunch of bear traps,
and then it turns into Alien.
Yes.
But then he's the alien on the ship with the predators as the humans.
Instead of the aliens hunting humans, he's hunting the aliens. That would be rather amusing.
Dude,
I think we would have to change his name, though, from the most competent man in the world to the most competent man in the universe.
Oh, for real. For real. So he gets on the spaceship, and he's still dressed up as the predator, right?
Yeah.
And all the other predators, like you have this very human scene, like, what's wrong with Jack? He seems a little off. Yeah, I know. He hasn't eaten anything in a while. Yeah, or he hasn't done something alien-like in a while. Like he hasn't like decompressed his brain in a while. I don't know, making stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of like suspicious, like something's wrong with Jack. And he's walking different. It's like, well, he just came back from Earth. Maybe he caught something. Then like maybe something caught Jack. Then they do like a roll call, and the one predator doesn't show up. And then they get to the room, and you see the husk, like the clothing of Jack with no. I'm making up the predator's name as Jack. And then you see like an air vent, and it's been like cracked, like peeled open or like opened. And they're like, something's in the vents. There's something on our ship. I was like, nah, I don't know. It's like, it basically turns into aliens.
Like, we have a code 2319.
2319, like the sirens start going off. And then like over and over, they just start getting picked off one by one.
Like we have to get to the command center to get away or something.
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
As they make their way there, there's fewer and fewer of them.
Fewer and fewer. I'm trying to put my mind inside like a horror spaceship. So in a horror spaceship, what kind of elements do we have? We got like the lights go out down a long hallway, and then like the emergency lights come on, and they
Goo
bathe
dripping.
like blood, like goo is
Oh,
dripping.
what if there wasn't any goo dripping? What if the alien ship was goo dripping? Like that's how it was.
Yeah,
And then it got to like a room or a hallway and it was just immaculate.
it was clean. It was just
And
clean.
they're just like, oh, oh, I just can't stand that there's no goo dripping.
And they turn around, and the lights go out, and there he is, the creature, the man from the planet. And it runs at them and it kills them. And only one survives, and they bring him to like a medical bay. But there's something wrong with him. His stomach, it starts to like poke out. And then suddenly,
It's
I
a
don't know.
bear trap.
I don't know. I don't. What is it? It's a bear trap. Yes. Yes. It like
Explodes out of him and just clamps onto the medic's face or whatever.
yeah, they're like trying to like they're putting in like a needle into him, and as like they stab the needle into like his ever growing stomach of like something trying to get out of the stomach. He stabs the needle, breaks the skin. The bear trap closes around the doctor's hand, chops the hand. He rips his hand out. Bear trap attached to it. The alien, the predator on the medical bed clearly dies at this point.
Really. It'd be like that scene from The Thing
Like this, like the scene from The Thing. Just watch that,
where he
actually.
does the defibrillators and
Yeah, like that. And so they're like in the medical bay, and then the lights go outside the medical bay, and they look through like the window of the medical bay, and there's a creature, a man-shaped creature, the main character, just standing there, and he waves,
he just smiles.
he smiles, then the lights flicker, and he's gone, just gone. Like then, like the ship's like life support goes down, power's going out, the whatever climate controls in there is starting to like go away, like they're starting to freeze to death.
Mm-hmm.
The main character's already rigged something up for him to like be walking around this ship just like completely fine.
And gravity shuts off.
Gravity shuts off, and more die.
Gravity boots and something. Oh, because he's wearing he has the Predator's armor, so of course he has all sorts of life support in there and gravity boots and whatever else.
So
What's
I
it
think
work on?
I
All sorts of pouches for bear traps.
so I think he kills them all probably, or like leaves one alive just to like let the story simmer. Yeah,
Because dead men tell no tales.
that or I mean, but he wants a tail. He wants them to
Right.
know.
So if you kill everybody, where are those stories going to come from? Exactly. Nowhere.
Yeah.
Everyone will be dead.
So they take him back to Earth, right? And they drop him off. I mean, they don't do. He flies back to Earth and he drops himself off.
And it drops himself off.
Yeah.
And it's just like one day, at the beginning of the day, he's told his kids and his wife, and he's like, "Hey, I gotta go do some work real quick." And then it's just like night, and he's back now.
He's just back. He's like,
Wait, it's like all of the day's work.
oh, hey. I want there to play like MacGyver music. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
I just love that. I really want.
How was your day? Did you run into any issues? I'm like, nah, it was just a bunch of troublemakers.
Just a bunch of predators. And the wife's like, no, not predators. So yeah, I took care of them though. They won't cause us any problems. And she goes, thank goodness, predators. We didn't want them around the children.
Oh my word, no.
No.
He could make a corny joke of like they need to change their name to Prey now. And
Predator.
be like, come on, and he'd be like, yeah, I'm sorry, I just
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. I want there to be a scene where he's captured by a saucer and there's little green men. and the little green men like have like tie him to like a operation desk, and then like they turn around and grab their instruments to cut him open, and they turn back to the operation table, and he's just gone. And in place, bear trap sitting right there in the open. They can see it. It's just ominous because if there's one there, there might be one somewhere else.
Uh-huh.
They say the one that you can see means that there's 7 more that you can't.
And there's a note on the bear trap.
Oh, yes.
And he reaches in and he grabs it very gently.
Mm-hmm.
And he pulls it out. And he looks at it. And then the bear trap goes off and bites his arm off.
Nice.
And the note was blank. There was no message on the note. It was just a blank piece of paper.
No,
Not that they could have wrote it anyway. Because I don't know that these little green men can read English, but whatever.
Maybe they're there to like study the brain, and they have like other human brains already in jars. Yeah, but he's just gone, and he's like back in their ship and stuff. And like they go back to the operations table, and he's like eating an apple. Don't know where he got the apple. Doesn't matter. I want him to be like eating something. Doesn't even care. He's just like standing in the control center, and there's a bunch of green men all around him, like jumping up and down, like pointing laser beams at him and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all like, they're talking their alien language and stuff. And he's just kind of like looking around and stuff.
What happens?
Sure, give me a second.
Start shooting at him with their lasers.
Well, then what happened?
But it's a mirror, and all the lasers bounce back and
that's right.
shoot them.
Because laser guns are light guns.
Yeah.
They're like partically infused light. So they would bounce off mirrors. I like it. Like high intense mirrors. Like he has a ton of mirrors.
And then while he's on that spaceship, it gets abducted by a different spaceship.
That's unfortunate for the abductee spaceship. Is it with the spaceship that abducts him?
And then and then it just becomes like one of those movies where they find a dead ship floating in space, and there's like zombies on it or something. And it's
the one ship.
Except instead of zombies being on it, it's haunted by
the main character,
man. Yeah,
and so
they abduct the ship, and they just find all these dead aliens, and they're like, "What happened here?" And they're investigating. They're trying to figure it out, and they're like, "Oh man, must have been like an army of guys in here and do all this damage, do all this stuff, kill all these people."
I love that. Like they find the ship, and they're like, "We shouldn't go on the ship. So we have to investigate." And they investigate, and then the most competent man gets on their ship.
And and the doors close and they're sealed in, and he just ejects the spaceship. They're just trapped on it.
And he steals their spaceship?
He steals their spaceship.
And then
he has to get back to his wife and kids, you know?
And then that spaceship gets captured by a bigger spaceship.
My word. How many spaceships are going to be capturing these other spaceships?
I don't know. The spaceship gets captured by like a tractor beam. And he gets pulled inside the other spaceship. And then they break through the door. And like there's this person in, let's say he's dressed in like all purple. And he comes walking out. And he goes, "I am looking for the princess. She has stolen records. Information."
Okay.
And then,
okay, I see where you're going.
The purple clothed person has like a star sword that like uses like nuclear plasma in the shape of like a blade. And is like kills whatever rest of the crew is on this ship that didn't get trapped on the old ship. And
he thinks the main character is just like a slave or whatever.
No, he's like
lets them go.
He goes, "There is a disturbance in the energy."
My word.
And he goes, "The energy is all wrong. There's a disturbance. There's something here of utmost danger." then all the power goes off inside the ship.
And then you just hear him screaming, and the power comes back on, and he stepped in a bear trap.
Yes. Yes. And as the purple cloaked figure rips himself out of the bear trap, you see the door that they came in, like, just shut, close, and lock. And now the main character's on the big ship.
Doors with the little window in it.
And the main
You
character
can see the main character.
and then the
And
purple
he's just,
guy
like, waving to them.
uses the purple guy with the plasma sword, right?
How?
Like, looks through the little window at the main character, and like he uses, like, he has like powers, like energy powers, and he like raises his hand and starts to choke the main character through the door with the energy, right?
Whoa.
And then the main character's like, and it's like starting to like lift up off the ground, and like he's starting to like reach for his neck and stuff, but there's like no hands there. But the main character reaches for his neck and pulls away the energy. And so now the hand of the purple man is like being spread open, right? Because the main character is like pulling the energy off of his neck. And
he's like, no, this is impossible.
This is impossible. And the main character pulls the energy off of his neck, and then like somebody grabbing somebody's hand, like, starts to bend the energy backwards, and the purple's guy's hand starts to bend backwards, and like he starts like going down to his knees, or because like just
himself.
No, but it's like joint manipulation. Do you know how like you can grab somebody's hand, and like if you bend it backwards really hard, they kind of like go down a little bit to like it hurt. So it's like that, and like he falls down to one knee, and then the main character lets go, and then walks away.
Ejects their spaceship into space.
Ejects the spaceship into space. And then when the purple guy gets back to his super secret base, and this base is designed to like destroy the surface of planets and stuff, right? The main character comes walking past him and goes, "Now's not a good time to be here." And he gets on a spaceship, flies away, and then the giant space station explodes. All right, I'm done. I'm done with that thought. That's where the thought ends, right there.
It ends right there.
I mean, I'm good.
My only question,
I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with what.
Exploded. Did he put a bear trap on the main reactor?
Yes, dude. There's like the main reactor in the bear trap, and it hits it, and it explodes.
It's a time bear trap. It does one of those things, you know how it jumps back from like the purple guy, the main character, and the bear trap, and it's like a ticking. You hear the ticking, and it's like tick, 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 and it's jumping back from those three, and the purple guy's like, what's he talking about? What's going on? And he's all confused. And the most competent man's leaving, and he goes away. And then it cuts to the bear trap, and the timer goes tick, and it stops. And then the bear trap goes, and then
oh my goodness! Oh, it's amazing. I'm so happy.
Man,
Ash
lands on a planet. And then that's where he finds the xenomorphs.
The xenomorphs. Is the xenomorphs not? It's not Predator. They're alien. It's alien. Nice.
To do against the xenomorph. Tell you what he doesn't do.
What does he not do?
Stick his face over one of those eggs.
No, he sticks a bear trap.
The thing jumps out right at the bear trap.
Just wrecked. Just gets wrecked. If the competent man has superpowers, his superpower is having unlimited bear traps. That is his superpower, other than just being the most competent man in the universe.
other than having seen every movie ever and knowing how everything works out somehow.
I mean, he knows not to stick his head over weird holes, right?
Yeah, that
But
seems like the thing that should go without saying.
I mean, it does, right? It said it does seem
And not
like
to the people in alien movies.
no, with the people in alien movies. So there is no hugging of faces. There is hugging of bear traps, which is very unfortunate for the xenomorphs.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, unfortunate for the xenomorphs.
they almost go extinct, but some of them realize that they should not jump into bear traps or jump at the things. They don't jump at things that are like they see. Like, oh, something jumped in front of me. Rawr, and then they die. I mean, they stop. There's some that didn't do that. Yeah. Bear trap.
Yeah.
After he gets off of that planet, where does he go?
Well, I don't know. Before we get off of that planet, I just have this vision of like the bigger xenomorphs because they have acid blood. So
Yeah.
it's like he xenomorph keep getting in bear traps, but his blood just keeps melting through him, so he keeps like escaping, and it's just like this field of bear trap, and he's just like crawling through it and just keeps getting chopped, and it's acid just keeps burning through it. He's like running at the main character, and he keeps going down, and it's like gets slower and slower and slower to the point where he's losing so much acid blood, and he's just going so slowly toward the main character. It is like, ah. And then the main character just hits him in the face.
I love it.
Did he get the gun? I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Maybe the xenomorph gets to him and it was a mirror.
This is a bear. Bear trap behind it.
He like throws acid through it, melts through the mirror, hits the bear trap, activates big bear trap.
Sure, that goes off. Yeah, the blood melts through the pen that was holding it from.
It's an acid tripped bear trap. Like it doesn't do pressure. It's acid.
And it's just shoop.
Oh, dude, that makes me think of so much fun things. It's like this bear trap is only activated when the phrase "I'm scared" is said or something. Oh my goodness, I want to come up with some good stuff. It's like
Time release bear traps. It's like this one only goes off 15 seconds after this one goes off.
this one only goes off if it smells fear,
Delayed.
and it just went off.
It have laser bear traps. Then instead of having, they have lasers.
Laser bear traps, like plasma swords, but lasers.
Exactly. To get off the planet, though.
He gets off the planet.
Yeah.
Then what does he do?
Xenomorphs.
Oh, the
He
xenomorph.
kills all the xenomorphs.
He kills them all.
Most of them.
He couldn't kill he didn't kill the ones that like stopped trying to kill him.
All the ones that started running away from him.
He didn't kill those.
I mean, let's be real. He would be doing the universe a favor if he just killed all of them.
Yeah. Poor xenomorphs always getting killed by the main kids.
They're always killing people.
Yeah, that's what's being funny. It's like nobody's ever says that. It's like, aw, poor. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something terrible.
Nobody, yeah, no, the bad people don't get sympathy points.
Especially if they kill everyone. Yeah. So he kills all the xenomorphs. Xenomorphs no more.
At least on that planet.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Then like some archaeologists land on the xenomorph planet, and they're all dead. But the xenomorphs have left like hieroglyphs on the wall, and it shows them being like slaughtered by these giant jaws that come out from the ground. Some of the jaws look like they have lasers.
Like creature or something.
Like this creature that lives on the land. But then at the source of all the jaws, like in the apex, is this figure. It has 2 legs, 2 arms, and a head. Kind of looks like a human. Awfully weird.
That happened.
That happened. Then the most competent man, he was like trying to get back to Earth and goes through a time portal and winds up building the Egyptian pyramids.
I mean, yeah, why not?
I mean, he does have to get back to his family
What does that have to do with aliens, though?
because aliens built the pyramids. Don't you know?
No, I didn't know that actually.
Oh, well, in this story they did, but it wasn't aliens. It was the most competent man in the universe in an alien spaceship that got caught in a time warp.
Mm. He was like, "Hey, we're gonna build pyramids." All the things he could do, he decided to build pyramids.
Yeah, let's say like he needed to get back to his family, and so he built a time warp device, and it was pyramids.
Wow, the pyramids were the time warp device.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he just been back to the present and chilling out with his
yeah, it's a single use,
one time wonder, as they say.
one time wonder. He like shows back up in modern day Egypt.
And there are all these reports about seeing a UFO Cairo or whatever.
I love it.
There would be so many fewer aliens in this universe after he got back from his Dark Sea hopping.
He could. I don't know. Those were just the bad aliens. What about like the aliens from Independence Day?
They're also bad aliens.
Yeah, I feel like you could take care of them too.
This giant mirror under their laser. That laser's definitely light based. Just put a giant mirror underneath it,
Oh,
and then
yeah,
it
for
just
sure.
gets shot back up at them. It'll
Love
just
it.
explode.
All right, I already had my fun with this.
Pretty had in front of this.
Yeah, I've had it. It was good. I told you I was looking forward to this alien thing.
Hmm.
What if he lands on a planet as an alien, and the aliens think, and then they make him like royalty or something,
Hmm.
and he becomes like king of a planet on accident.
I see. It's like this planet that's terrorized by this creature, and then he gets there somehow, and then it attacks him, and he's like, "Oh, big mistake," and then he just kills it because it was attacking him, and then they're all like, "He delivered us from the creature that was tormenting us," and then they like give him all the stuff, and they're like, "You're our king now because you saved us from this creature."
He shows up in an
Like,
galactic war.
yes.
He shows up in a galactic war.
He shows up in a galactic war.
Yeah, shows up in a galactic war and teaches the planet how to war so they can defend themselves. I don't know. We need to get back on like pretty on basis here.
He trains the resistance fighters,
Yeah.
the rebel forces.
All right. What else we got for aliens, or have we basically used up all of our ideas thus far?
What about the aliens from Signs?
Didn't they just get defeated by water?
Yeah,
I feel like instead of waiting for them to get hunted, he hunts them.
with a squirt gun.
Oh, dude, with a super soaker. Just just
He just goes around super soakering them.
I don't know. He's like, there's aliens in the cornfield, and then I don't know. Like he goes and visits like his cousins, and they're like these corn farmers, and him and his family, and it's like one's like maybe the cousin asks the main character's wife, it's like, where is your husband? And she says, he's in the cornfield. He said he saw something.
The most confident man in the world is like, oh, that's never good.
It's like,
No, he's like, oh, this is gonna be an exciting day.
dude, you know how like it shows like in movies, it has like the perspective of the alien like looking through the stalks of corn at like this family
Yeah.
at the house. I want the alien to be looking at the house and then just straight up lock eyes with the main character. The main character just stares right at him, and he goes,
And does the alien know who he is?
"No." But the alien is very, I don't know. The alien, it doesn't really matter at this point.
I think it would be funny if the alien knew who he was and the alien was just like crapped himself and then started booking it back to his ship. And then the most competent man in the world was in front of him somehow, and he just wow right into him.
Just, yeah,
Starts groveling for his life.
just getting hunted. Just like, it's behind me.
Yeah.
Like, you hear like stalks of corn cracking behind the alien as he is booking it.
The alien's doing that thing that he does to humans, but then it's happening to him, and he's like, "Oh, it's behind me. Oh,
He can't handle it.
burning all around."
Can't handle the pressure.
And then he starts sweating, and he kills himself because it's the water.
That's amazing.
I don't think that's how it would work, but
I don't think aliens that are that water is like their main have sweat pores.
Probably not, if you think about it.
I don't know, the aliens
that
running.
doesn't mean it wouldn't be funny.
It would be hilarious. It'd be hilarious. He just starts just melting like the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah. All right. War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
So didn't they all have like shields and stuff that made them immune to everything? That's what I remember. And they
no,
like,
they had shields that would protect them from
didn't they get sick from like
attacks.
They got sick from like they got the cold and then they died.
Basically, yeah.
So I think the main character, what would he do?
He'd probably just like go to their world and just live there. Just be there.
And sneeze on everything. Just sneeze on everything.
Yeah.
Achoo. 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 And you get polio, and you get polio, and you get polio.
I don't think that's how you get polio.
I don't think it is either. But it was fun to say.
He puts a bear trap on a remote control car, and he's driving that around, fighting people.
And he put COVID on the bear trap's teeth.
Yeah. Exactly.
And all the aliens die.
They just start kicking the buckets. Everyone starts kicking the bucket.
Trying to think of like what is something like super like I don't know, what is something I can't think of. I'm so close to thinking of this thought of something that's really like not radioactive, but like where you would get sick, like dead flesh, right? Like if you're around a bunch of dead things, if you could get sick because there's like a bunch of bacteria that lives on that.
Uh-huh.
But I don't really want. I mean, like maybe the main character has like rotting flesh on arrows.
Maybe he just goes back into space and he finds one of those ships that he killed everybody on, and then he just crash lands it on their planet.
I do like
And
that.
it just takes the corpses of the aliens he's already killed and kills
Man.
more aliens with them.
How about we and they
Is
just
it?
do War of the Worlds, but on their planet.
Yeah. This man is going to be the most wanted man in the universe.
There's been bear traps underneath the ground the entire time.
Genocides he's committing. And the bear traps just start going off.
From underneath the ground. They've been there for millennia, waiting. Did I tell you about the time warp thing?
Yeah.
Well, let's just say the main character figured it out.
Yeah,
So
and he went back in time and
he went back in time, put bear traps on the aliens' world.
I'd expect nothing less. I would expect nothing less from him. All right.
Love
What
it.
about Cloverfield?
Isn't that the one with the giant alien kaiju thing? Kaiju.
Yeah. I'd
Uh,
say
Now I told you he captures the kaiju's family. We've already talked about this. He captures the kaiju's family, and basically tells the kaiju that if he doesn't knock it off, his family is going to die. But then we talked about maybe that would basically make him kind of like the bad guy. The good guys
but I
don't do
think
that.
mass genocide is kind of making him the bad guy already. But I mean, it's all kind of self-defense. Everyone was already attacking Earth or him or his kids.
If Earth is going to be destroyed, this is like, dude, I was thinking of something called the train problem. Have you ever heard of the trolley problem? This is like a complete side note.
Trolley problem.
Okay, I was thinking about the train problem. So, the train problem is like the trolley problem.
With your train.
But no, it's a little different, but it's similar. This is a complete side note, but I want to get your thoughts on it. So there's this lever and it controls a train, basically. Once you flip the lever, you can't unflip it. Once you flip the lever, the train begins to run down these tracks. On these tracks is entire culture. Okay? Or basically a culture. And whatever the train and all the culture is on the tracks, and if the train hits the culture, the entire culture disappears. It's gone. It dies. It goes away. You could put whatever thing you want there, but it's gone. It's no more. It doesn't exist anymore. At what point do you pull the lever? And so we can come back to this alien problem. When aliens are basically massacring the entire population of Earth, do you pull the lever for on the aliens?
If they're trying to kill us, yes.
So that's basically, yeah. So if they're currently killing everyone on Earth, it's okay for the main character to
them. It's them.
It's them. It's them.
Yeah. I'm not gonna stand by and let. I mean, the most competent man in the world is not gonna stand by and let Earth die just because aliens think they're better than us.
Mm-hmm. And so he goes to their planet, and he doesn't have to get all of them. He just basically makes it where they don't want to do what they're doing.
Sends them back to the Dark Ages.
He just sends them back to the Dark Ages. They'll be fine.
With legends of humanity and how epic they are.
Mm-hmm. Like he goes out,
and what happens to people who
mess with the humanity. Mainly this the main character and his family. That's really about it.
Yeah. And the lengths that people drive him to is just insane. He's just a man trying to live his life with his family, and all of these things are happening to him, and it's just driving him to become the most powerful person in the universe.
So
having control over all time and all space, and He didn't want that. He just wanted to live his life with his family.
I mean, people may call him the most competent man in the universe, but he really thinks of himself as the most unlucky man in the universe because these things keep happening to him. He just has to he just keep rolling with it.
All I want is to spend time with my family,
In peace.
love my wife, raise my kids.
He wants to go camping with that predator trying to kill him. He wants to go. He just wants to live his life without the world trying to end. Kaiju coming out of the ocean.
And he's getting distracted by all this stuff. And he's like, come on, guys. Can I just have peace for 50 years? Is that too much to ask for?
And dude, and they don't even sometimes he has to just like you said, preemptively keep his family from dying so he doesn't have to avenge them. He could be like a better John Wick. Yeah, bear with me, okay?
Exactly.
He keeps his dog from dying.
Exactly.
So he goes.
You know how many people died because of that dog?
A lot of people died. And I think
if that dog never died, none of the people in those 4 movies would have died.
But so let's say the most competent man in the world, takes care of business beforehand. Maybe he has to kill half the people, sadly. But his dog lives.
But his dog lives.
And so he
doesn't have to kill all the people. Because if his dog dies, the theoretical dog, he's killing everybody. No questions asked.
I think the most competent man in the world would have a fake dog that they killed.
So,
it was a bear trap. It was a bear trap dog.
It was a bear trap. They tried to kill the dog and it just bites them with all the ferocity of a bear trap.
Well, I mean, the bear trap dog only goes off if they try to kill the bear trap dog. It's like one of those this. Oh, it only goes off if they shoot the dog, which is also a bear trap. It's not a real dog. The real dog is somewhere else.
The real dog is safe at home.
It's safe at home. The real home, not the fake dummy home that the main character set up for people to raid and get bear trapped.
Exactly. It's the real home.
The real home.
The real home. Okay.
What else you got? Or are we gonna go do? Or we need to move on?
The quiet place. No, the hiding place. The quiet place. The aliens from that one movie with John Krasinski.
Yeah, it's the quiet place. Okay, main character silent, bro. He's silent. Literally goes around and finds the quiet place monsters, and basically just walks around them.
And he puts headphones on them.
Yeah, and Blair's girls
to 11.
Turn up to 11. Girls just want to have fun. Just girls want to have fun.
And he just
over and over
right there,
on repeat.
Goes, takes it, and just without them even feeling anything, even hearing anything, even noticing, he just puts it on, steps back, presses play. Well, turns it up to 1,000.
Have you seen those?
Presses play.
Yep.
And boom.
Tapes the recorder to their between their shoulder blades, because you saw those things. Those things cannot scratch their back. They're not do not have the flexibility for that. Tapes it to the place where they can't touch their back. Headphones on, up to 1,000. Girls just want to have fun. Yep. The aliens practically killed themselves.
They really would. Because then the other alien would come to that one alien and just eat him alive.
I mean, I feel like there would be one alien that would be jamming.
They would just be in the corner, just dancing out.
Just dancing out, because it is a bop. I'm not gonna lie, it's a bop.
Yeah, it is 100%. It is.
So, yeah, that's what he does to them. I'm pretty sure there's that frequency that makes their faces go big, right? And then you can shoot them in their soft skulls.
I think so.
Yeah, so he puts on his Baby Shark on repeat, and activates about after the 3rd time they listen to it.
It's Baby Shark on repeat. The aliens will start killing themselves. Let's be real.
Yeah. Yeah, it's what I should have used to begin with. The problem is Girls Just Want to Have Fun is actually pretty good song. It's pretty good. It's pretty nice. But Baby Shark, on the other hand, absolute horror juice.
Yes.
Just absolutely horror.
Yes, absolutely. All right. We talked about it earlier, but we didn't actually talk about it. The Thing.
Oh, The Thing. What he would do about The Thing?
Yeah, what would you do about The Thing?
Well, the first thing he would do is maybe wonder why these crazy people are flying at this dog with a helicopter.
Yeah, but it's a dog, so you gotta be careful with that.
Maybe
It's awfully suspicious.
after it affects somebody, the main character is just like, I'm pretty sure it's an organism that wants to protect itself. We'll get everybody's blood and we're going to test it and make sure that none of you guys are affected. And then he's going to find everybody that's affected and then basically burn them. And after they die, he'll make sure everybody's not affected anymore. And then they're fine. I think he would just do what they did, but actually do it way more competently.
I have a better idea.
Okay. Man.
He just infects the Thing with his blood,
Oh,
and then the Thing just like turns into a real dog or something.
this is why you're paid the big bucks.
I'm
This is
getting paid.
with. Yeah.
Love and adoration from my fans.
Bubblegum and Tic Tacs, bro.
Oh, let's go.
Um,
All right.
so he affects the Thing gets affected by him.
Yeah.
Why didn't I think of that? That's genius. That's genius. I love it. It tries to affect him and it turns back into a human, or the Thing turns back, or like it just like separates from the body that it affected. Because like we talked about this earlier, that his immune system is so jacked, the white blood cells basically beat everything up.
Yeah.
He has jacked white blood cells.
Absolutely jacked white blood cells.
They hit the weights. They ain't playing around. They hit the weights. They go to the gym.
No.
They go to
Every day is gym day.
It's gym day. It's gym day. Hit the weights. They do training. They do the training. They do the obstacle courses.
They do the work.
They're
doing the work.
Dude, they do the weapons drills. They're practicing strategy.
His white blood cells have white blood cells.
His white blood cells have white blood cells. His white blood cells, there's generals that are like coordinating multi-pronged attacks. Like it's a full like war game with the white blood cells.
His white blood cells have armor on their white blood cells.
The white blood cells are like have full tactical gear. His white blood cells have weapons, okay? That shoot white blood cells. Like a full army.
That is why when he infected the zombies, he cured them.
His white blood cells have tanks. That's a full Air Force, Navy,
Just like
ground army.
the entirety of all the military power of
his
America.
His white blood cells has a ground army. Didn't think they were crazy enough. Then they made another white blood cells. We'll call them like the Marina white blood cells for some reason. And they're just crazy. And they get stuff done in a crazy way.
It's like
the
you know how people get sick from viruses and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He sends out his white blood cells go out and just kill viruses.
It's like they're affecting other people with white blood.
Like if you're sick and you touch something and then someone else touches that person might get sick. But with him, it's like if that person's sick and touches it, that person might get better.
Oh, I love it.
All right. What about the mimics?
Like things that mimic other things?
Tomorrow. The mimics from Edge of Tomorrow. I think that's what they're called. Have you seen Edge of Tomorrow?
All right, tell me about these mimics, because I'm probably getting it mixed up with other IP mimics.
Okay. They're just kind of hard to explain. Um, have you never seen that movie? It's a good movie. You should
Edge of
watch it.
Tomorrow. Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Edge of it's
Tom Cruise, Emily
yeah.
Blunt.
Oh, those are they're called mimics?
I think they're called mimics. I could be wrong.
All right, I've seen it. Yeah, I actually really like that movie a lot.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So those are how would he deal with the mimics?
Yeah, I think that'd actually be really easy for him because he has his time portal. So it'd just be like he just go to the place before it knew what was going on and just like kill it. I don't know.
I don't know. I was thinking just a lot of bear traps.
No, that would work too. Yeah.
All right, so they're mimics. There's these creatures. You fight the creatures. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? What does he do?
It just like you know how the plot of the movie is uh Groundhog Day
Yeah,
and it just keeps repeating. He just does it first try.
he does it first try.
Like he doesn't need any of the resets. He just the aliens come and they attack and he's just like, boom, I'm here, you're done. Get wrecked, kid.
Get wrecked. Get wrecked. I think there needs to be an element of comedy other than she's just like OP. What does he do? What does he do? What does he do? What does he do? He captures one of these creatures.
He does the time travel resets.
He does the time travel
So
resets.
so like you know how in the movie it would reset every time he lost,
Yeah.
every time he died, but he would just reset it just for fun. Like he would just go through, kill everyone, get to the alpha or the whatever it was,
I think
and then just reset it
I
and
hear
then go through it again.
and have it and do the aliens remember that they've
Yeah,
lost
they don't
every time,
remember. Yeah, they do.
just over and over. Like they
And they
keep
see him
losing.
coming, and there's nothing they can do about it. And he just like taunts them, and he's just like, "Here we go again," and then just keeps going through it.
It's a good training. Um, shoot, dude, I like it. They just remember they just can't win, and every time they lose, they just have to go over it again. But then
Man,
then they learn. The aliens learn that they get so close to winning, but they can never win. So
ever.
an idea was one of the aliens gets Groundhog Day. Okay, one of the aliens gets can go back in time and keeps reliving the alien's life, but he always keeps getting caught by the main character, and the main character starts like to catch on. I don't know. That thought was incomplete.
So it's just
That's opposite.
the
Basically.
yeah. So the aliens get Groundhog Day instead of the guys, and they
Yeah.
just keep going back in time trying to.
And they can't do it. They can't.
But it changes. Oh, but it changes every time. Like, you know how the reason he could do it multiple times is because it was always the same.
Mm-hmm.
So he just had to remember what happened, but it would be different. Like the main character would do something different every time. So the aliens could never get the system down because he would do something different every time.
Every time. Like time would break. It just every time. It's like this time they're coming by air. This time they're coming by sea. This time they're coming by land.
Exactly. Like, how is he doing this? How is he changing what, how? And they're just so confused and it's just chaos for them.
Instead of being Groundhog Day, it's main character Day.
They just keep getting popped.
over and over. They can't win. Um. Hmm. Hmm. Let's
Do you have any other?
let's do sponsors now.
All right, let's do sponsors. All right, so we have a sponsor here, an author by the name of Nathan Wayne. He writes books. He has a few on Amazon. It's called the Sunland Saga, The Divided Kingdom of Sunland.
I
A
read the first.
fantasy series um, about a kingdom that is facing troubles, and it's splitting, and it's up to a few unlikely people to bring it together. And whether they succeed or fail is just you just have to read it and see what happens. That's
I like the nurse book a lot.
and
And I got his second book. Yeah, it's dude. We'll have to put it in Amazon.
link in the description.
It'll be in the description. All right. We're also sponsored by Incredible Quest, which is a tabletop RPG system that works off the D20 system. Super fun. Really good at power fantasy fulfillment, pretty much. Is basically how the system is built. Similar to D&D, except for not quite as a lot more. You could be a lot more creative in your character design, and your campaigns can work in any system. Like the system is, I shouldn't call it omni. It works in any era. There are slight differences between the eras. Like if you do a space campaign versus a fantasy campaign, like there are like spaceship mechanics that will be basically in place at that point. But it is super fun. I'm currently beta testing it, actually alpha testing it right now. Or not quite to the beta, but it's scheduled to come out here in a couple of years. And I'm super looking forward to it. So that's it. Well, thanks everybody for listening. And everyone have a great night. Thank you, DJ.
And join us next time
Join
for
us next.
more world crafting.
Later.